Aloha and good afternoon. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz, joining you from Livestream.travel and eTurbo News in Honolulu. Today is March 25th, Friday, and we are going today to Panama and to the Kingdom of Eswatini. In our breaking news show, first we'll be going to be featuring Bertrand Turkin. She is the president or the international president for SCOL International. SCOL is the oldest organization in travel and tourism and known for doing business with friends, exactly with more than 11,000 friends around the world. And Bertrand will explain this to her fans and participants at the Expo Tourism International in Panama today. We will go from there to the Kingdom of Eswatini, formerly known as the Kingdom of Swaziland. Eswatini is the host of the African Tourism Board, and today was the official start of the next phase for African Tourism Board, now headquartered in the Kingdom of Eswatini. So you can see high-level participants from all across Africa, hosted by the Honorable Minister Vilakazi in Eswatini, and his Prime Minister from Eswatini is also attending. You will hear Cuthbert Nkubi speaking about his vision for the African Tourism Board. And African Tourism Board is very close to our publication and to myself because we started this organization in 2017 right here from Hawaii. The AfricanTourismBoard.com was one of our websites. eTurbo News wanted to convert into a commercial site for Africa. And when this name went out there, we were approached by several people in Africa and also by Dr. Taleb Rifai, who was the former Secretary General for the World Tourism Organization. Why not help to start an African Tourism Board? So in London at the World Travel Market in 2018, we came together and we met with African tourism professionals, ministers, and other interested participants to the World Travel Market at the time. And we decided to build the African Tourism Board in 2019. Then in April at the World Travel Market in Cape Town, this was be concluded. We appointed Cuthbert Nkubi a week later as the chairman. He is still the chairman of the organization. Also, Minister Vilakazi from the Kingdom of Eswatini joined our initial lunch we invited at the Westin Hotel in Cape Town. With me at the time was Dr. Peter Talo, our co-host also and co-chairman for the World Tourism Network, and Alain Saint-Ange, who was the president of the African Tourism Board for some time. And before that, you all know him as the Minister of Tourism from the Republic of Seychelles. Also from the very beginning, our patron was Dr. Taleb Rifai, as I said, former Secretary General of Tourism, and Dr. Walter Memzebi. He was the former Minister of Tourism from Zimbabwe. And today he is a VP for our World Tourism Network. So we're kind of proud in seeing African Tourism Board now become an 100% an African organization, self-leadership. So we're just here pretty much as patrons in the background, and we'll see through that African Tourism Board is well taken care of in the world. And the dream we all had is now the African dream of bringing tourism together in this continent that has 54 or 56 countries. So it's an enormous task, but tourism unites and we can all feel it today. So we're going to go to Eswatini and take a look at some of the lounge glimpses that took place this morning, their time. Thank you for joining us here at eTurbo News. If you wanted to watch any of our former breaking news shows, you can simply go to our YouTube channel or click on the archive button on eTurbo News, on the event button or YouTube button, and you can watch all our different episodes and also our many panel discussions. If you want to be in the news or you have news tips, go to eTurboNews.com and click on Submit News Tips, and we'll be happy to take a look at it and see how we can feature you in one of our upcoming editions. Enjoy.
Good morning. It is my honor and pleasure to be with you at the 2022 Expo Turismo Panama. I would like to first acknowledge Minister of Tourism, Mr. Ivan Eskilsson, President of the Panama Chamber of Commerce, Jose Ramon Icaza, President Expo Turismo Trade Show Committee, Ms. Monique Sant-Malo, and my fellow SCAL International Executive Board member, World Director, Annette Cardenas. Today, I'm standing in front of you as the World President of SCAL International. But some of you may wonder, what is SCAL? SCAL International is the largest and the only professional organization promoting global tourism and friendship while uniting all sectors of the tourism industry. The International Association has been founded in 1934. However, the SCAL International movement began in 1932 with the founding of the first club in Paris, promoted by the friendship arising between a group of Parisian travel agents. They were invited by several transport companies to the presentation of a new aircraft destined for the Amsterdam, Copenhagen, and Malmö flight. So SCAL has existed 9 decades now, and our first club, SCAL Paris, is celebrating their 19th anniversary in July 2022. SCAL International today has more than 12,000 members in over 100 countries and in over 320 cities. The organization entails the industry's decision makers, managers, executives who meet at local, national, regional, and international levels to do business among friends. In Latin America, the SCAL movement started in the early 60s with the involvement of the SCAL clubs of SCAL International Club Panama, Colombia, Costa Rica, Venezuela, and Peru. SCAL International has enduring partnerships and affiliations with several like-minded organizations eager to help drive global change and cooperate closely on matters of mutual interest to achieve common tourism objectives. Some of the organizations SCAL International works with closely are the United Nations World Tourism Organization, World Travel and Tourism Council, Pacific Asia Travel Association, ECPAT, The Code, International Institute of Peace and Tourism, Sustainable Travel International. At SCAL International, the key principles are doing business among friends while connecting tourism globally. As a SCAL member, you could have over 12,000 friends or potential partners to approach to do business with. Isn't that exciting? The past 2 years has been hard on us all due to the pandemic. The travel industry has been hit the hardest among all industries. The pandemic has changed and continues to change many business bottom lines and how we operate and do business. Right after the pandemic, our industry is now facing new challenges due to the armed conflict from the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Currently, SCAL International is working hard to show solidarity and support our clubs on the border of Ukraine. These clubs are assisting the humanitarian support being offered to hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian refugees crossing the borders in Europe. SCAL International, being a non-profit professional organization promoting global tourism and friendship, uniting all sectors of tourism industry without consideration of political issues, is against any form of aggression, endangering the people's freedom, human rights, and ability to travel. SCAL supports diplomacy as a means to resolve disputes. Now, recently, we have started seeing and reading about change management, future work, re-engineering following the pandemic. All these are discussed due to the changes we have seen because of the pandemic. How we do business has changed and will possibly change further. Now, I'd like to share with you a research conducted by École Hôtelière de Lausanne in regards to 6 trends that have reshaped our industry after the pandemic. Trend number 1 is automation, technology, and digitalization. We all see the apps increasingly important in the way industries manage the services they provide to their customers, and now they can control many aspects of the guest cycle and experience. We see widespread use of technology-assisted options such as mobile check-ins, contactless payments, voice control, and biometrics. AI-powered chatbots are very common throughout the services that are provided to the guests. Trend number 2 is personalization. Well, today's guests expect to be recognized and treated as individuals. Establishments are going now the extra mile to greet their guests personally. They use technology software and tools for personalized email marketing, allowing access to the masses. And far beyond simply adding the customer's name to email greetings, the data provides insight into past buying habits, enabling companies to tailor their efforts and promotions and automatically provide similar services to previous bookings. Trend number 3 is experience economy and essentialism. Well, customers request personalization now, unique experiences, and so on. This could very well lead to the rise of independent traveler. Unique experiences that give back to local communities in meaningful ways are in demand, as are the niche properties, adventurous holidays, and relaxation treats. Trend number 4 is Generation X and Y. These new generations have different requirements and needs compared to older generations. Older generations think about hotels and car rentals. Younger generations think about Airbnb and Uber. As this generation also likes to travel.
Damas y caballeros, de esta manera declaramos inaugurado Expo Turismo en el día de hoy, con el aplauso de todos y cada uno de los presentes, damas y caballeros, a quienes les agradecemos su participación. Gracias por acompañarnos en esta inauguración y un evento sumamente importante en esta reactivación económica del país. Gracias también en nombre de la Cámara de Comercio, Industrias y Agricultura de Panamá. Que tengan un extraordinario día.
John Ending. Oh, they watch me. Wonderful job.
How one of the best hotels in Swahili. We are based in, I think it's about 5 minutes drive opposite the Gables complex, where we provide services like accommodation, conferences, also for leisure. If you run business, conference, we have that. We have about 4 different types of rooms. So you have time, you can just come through for sightseeing, different types of rooms, and the way you have that. We also have a native advantage of a casino in Master. We have, if you how one of the best hotels in Swahili. We are based in, I think it's about 5 minutes drive opposite the Gables complex, where we provide services like accommodation, conferences, also for leisure. If you run business, conference, we have that. We have about 4 different types of rooms. So you have time, you can just come through for sightseeing, different types of rooms, and the way you have that. We also have a native advantage of a casino in Master. We have, if you
of the people by Eswatini. I am delighted to see each and every one of you here this evening. It has been a long day, of course, and I had the opportunity to meet and greet some of you earlier this morning during the expo as you were moving around. As we all know, the tourism sector is characterized in meetings, interacting, and mingling. And this is what we are going to be doing here today. We could forget the disturbing times when someone coughs, and off you run. No handshakes, no hugging, and you have to keep a distance. But here we are here today. And by the grace of God, we can at least shake hands a little bit and give warmly hugs of Africa, the typical African thing. Things have returned, things are returning back to more normal, my brothers and my sisters. We as Africa, we are now beginning to see the potential of each of our mesmerizing destinations, especially if we market them as one, collectively. We are beginning to see Africa as a tourism powerhouse that can compete with other regions around the world. Many a times I have said COVID-19 afforded us time to rethink, time to regroup as a nation, to say, how do we collectively move together, especially as we are activating our travel sector, especially as we are promoting our economies. We have so much to offer. We can talk until sunrise, Mrs. And if I could mention just a few, where we have the Serengeti and Kilimanjaro in unforgettable Tanzania, the majestic Victoria Falls bordering Zambia and Zimbabwe, the glorious Okavango Delta in Botswana, and the captivating Kruger National Park in South Africa, the beautiful beaches of Mozambique, the freedom to explore on the beauty of Sierra Leone, the majestic gorillas of remarkable Rwanda, the incredible rich culture of Benin, the captivating sunsets of Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Of the people of Eswatini. I am delighted to see each and every one of you here this evening. It has been a long day, of course, and I had the opportunity to meet and greet some of you earlier this morning during the expo as you were moving around. As we all know, the tourism sector is characterized in meetings, interacting, and mingling. And this is what we are going to be doing here today. We could forget the disturbing times when someone coughs, and off you run. No handshakes, no hugging, and you have to keep a distance. But here we are here today, and by the grace of God, we can at least shake hands a little bit and give Ama warmly hugs of Africa, the typical African thing. Things have returned, things are returning back to more normal, my brothers and my sisters. We as Africa, we are now beginning to see the potential of each of our mesmerizing destinations, especially if we market them as one, collectively. We are beginning to see Africa as a tourism powerhouse that can compete with other regions around the world. Many a times I have said COVID-19 afforded us time to rethink, time to regroup as a nation, to say, how do we collectively move together, especially as we are activating our travel sector, especially as we are promoting our economies. We have so much to offer. We can talk until sunrise, Mrs. And if I could mention just a few, where we have the Serengeti and Kilimanjaro in unforgettable Tanzania, the majestic Victoria Falls bordering Zambia and Zimbabwe, the glorious Okavango Delta in Botswana, and the captivating Kruger National Park in South Africa, the beautiful beaches of Mozambique, the freedom to explore on the beauty of Sierra Leone, the majestic gorillas of remarkable Rwanda, the incredible rich culture of Benin, the captivating sunsets of Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
The identity of poor, dark continent, if we can be able to bring this to the light and make it marketable, profile it into business models that can actually earn income to our countries. Collaboration, very critical. ATB is solidifying collaboration between countries, which means we can learn from one another, we can teach one another, we can commonly and together market Africa, we can market each country. I will be marketing Botswana, but I can talk about Eswatini and say, for this particular thing, no.